Hi guys, you ready for day 2 of solving and evaluating trig functions? Today we're going to be working with sine functions or sine equations, which are a little bit different. Let's just take a moment and establish that our two general rules, we're using x, were x1 equals to your principal value plus your period. What's plus 2 pi times n, okay, on the unit circle. And then the second one for sine was not as simple as like negative principal value, right? So for cosine, it was just negative. But let's establish this for sine. This one was pi minus principal value plus 2 pi n. Okay, so this is going to be really important for later. I probably should have written that in on my previous lesson. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing, evaluate and solve. Okay, the only difference is that now we have this different equation that we're going to use for our general equation. So let's evaluate. This is x equals 8. So f of 8 equals, here's my equation, 3 plus 5 sine of pi over 9 times 8 minus 11. Let's move this up now that I've set it all up. And this is going to be 2 equals 3 plus 5 sine pi over 8. Oh, sorry, pi over 9 of x minus 11. Okay. So let's take a moment and actually draw this onto our graph. So each of our points, just to see where we're going to land. F of 8 is going to be a negative number if I do this right. Okay. It's going to be somewhere down here between 1 and 2. Okay. And then that's my point A. B is going to be where it equals to 2, so it's going to be perfectly right here. And the numbers we want are going to be right here, here, and here. I don't need a fourth one because it says first 3. So that gives you like an idea of like what numbers we're looking for, so we can check as we go if our answer is correct. Okay, let's show our work step by step. I'm going to subtract 8 minus 11 first. That's negative 3. If I don't have to touch a calculator, I would prefer not to. Right? So 9 over 1. So pi over 9 times negative 3 over 1. That divides to negative pi over 3. Okay, so hopefully you see how that works. Oh, this one's cool. Let's go exact values for now. You ready? This is a special right triangle. So I know pi over 3 is down here, okay, because it's negative. Sine is y. So this is negative root 3 over 2. And I can check that too if I wanted to. Ready? So sine of negative pi divided by 3. And let's check if negative root 3 divided by 2 is the same thing. You guys okay with that? So I'm going to use exact values for as long as I can. 3 minus. If you gave me a decimal, I would not take points off. Okay, and at this point, we do have to use a calculator. So we'll go 3 minus 5 root 3 divided by 2. Make sure the 2 is outside of your radical. Okay. Negative 1.33. That matches because I need a negative number between 1 and 2. Let's see, 1.330. Let me fix this. It's bugging me. So part A is negative 1 point, sorry, x is 8. X is always come first. Negative 1.330. You have to write the 0 at the end. Okay, let's do the trickier one. You guys ready? Inverse operations. Subtract 3 first. Then I'm going to divide by 5. Moving a little faster with a little less explanation, because if you watched 2.11b or 2.11a, sorry, I've explained like why we're doing each of these steps. So if you're still a little confused, go watch that one more time. Okay, so I'm going to sine inverse because I'm going to get rid of my sine next. I'm going to multiply by 9 over pi to cancel these out. That gives me x minus 11. I'm just going to write x's on the left because that's how my brain processes. 9 over pi sine inverse of negative 1 over 5. And then last step is to add 11 to both sides. Okay. So at this point, this splits into 2. Okay. And I'll write them both in red, I think, just to show you guys. So this will be x2 over here. This will be x1 over here. These two, everything stays the same with 11 plus 9 over pi. But what I replace sine inverse of negative 1/5 with is going to be different. Okay, these two are going to be that. Those formulas right there. Principal value plus that, and principal pi minus principal value plus that. So let's see what we get first for sine inverse. Let's check my mode. You guys ready? Mode must be in radians. Good. So I have sine inverse of negative 1 divided by 5. And that's negative 0.20. Sorry, negative 0.201. Okay. So the first principal value is always PV plus 2 pi n. So I'm going to go negative 0.201 plus 2 pi n. Uh-oh, sorry. Ran out of space there. And then over here, I'm going to have pi minus negative 0.201. Okay, so I'm going to go, because this is pi minus a negative 0.201. I just don't have enough space, sorry. So it's pi plus 0.201 plus 2 pi n. That is getting ridiculously small. Let me give us some more space. Okay, if you're running out of space, it'd be very easy to just like use more space here. Okay, we're going to distribute. And this time we have to be really careful because this matters a little bit more. Oh, let's not distribute this one yet. We'll do them one by one. Okay, we have to do a little bit more work here. So let's see, 11 plus, we'll just do this one by one. Let's see, 9 divided by pi times that number. So it'll be negative 0.577 plus, the 2 pi's cancel out, and 2 times 9 is 18 with an n. And then I'm going to add 11 to that. Okay, so plus 11. That'll be 10.423 plus 18n. That's my first one. Okay, that's my principal value. Let's check if it works. 10.423, right there. Nice. 10.423, comma 2. Okay, so that's that point right there. Okay, let's get our, oh, I should have written that in blue. Sorry, guys. So 10.423. Let me change that just so that we can be consistent with colors. Okay. Now I do need my 2 red points. Now this one I said we'd have to distribute a little more. I'm going to actually add pi plus 0.201. So let's get 0.201 back. That's from sine. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's negative times negative 1. Okay. So pi plus my answer. That gives me, let's do it in red now, 11 plus 9 over pi times 3.343 plus 2 pi n equals, we're going to multiply now, times 9 divided by pi. Okay. Did I do that right? Yep. 11 plus 9.577 plus, and then when I distribute, it should be the same, right? Because my period is still the same. 18n. Combine these two together, that equals to 20.577. plus 18n. Okay, does that match 20 and a half? Pretty much. Okay, so that's 20.577, comma 2. And how do I go backwards from there? Well, 1 period is equal to 18. Okay, so I'm going to minus 18 because that's my period. So I had to add 11, sorry. Okay, so minus 18 is 2.577. Comma 2. So let's write my final answer, because that's important. My second x value was 10.423. My third value was 20.577. Okay, so the next example is going to be exactly the same. I'll do it all again. But if you feel like you've got it already, you can stop your video and just check your answer with mine. Okay? Okay. Evaluating. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna skip this one. Okay, so let me just write my answer in real quick. Okay. I realized there was a mistake, and it should have been sine, not cosine. Teacher fail. But I fixed it. Numbers match. Okay. Let's do the second one together, or you're welcome to pause the video and do the you try yourself. Okay. Let's see. So this will be 6 equals 5 plus 4 sine pi over 12 x minus 10. Then I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. Sine of pi over 12, x minus 10. I'm going to take sine inverse on both sides. Multiply by the reciprocal to get rid of the fraction on the right. And I have x minus 10 equals 12 over pi sine inverse of 1 over 4. Okay, I'm going to add 10 on both sides, and we have x by itself. Okay, last time I ran out of space, so I'm going to use all of this space here. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 on this side, and then 1 on this side. This will be x2, this will be x1. This principal value is sine inverse of 1/4, 2, 5, 3. Okay. So please remember that this is going to be pi minus principal value plus 2 pi n. This will be principal value plus 2 pi n, right? So those are the two general formulas for sine. And then 10 plus 12 is going to be the 12 over pi is going to be the same regardless. So I'll have x2 or x1, sorry. Let's see, 10 plus 12 over pi times 0.253 plus 2 pi n. Okay, so that's replacing this part. And then here I will have x2 equals 2, and I'll start with 10 plus pi, 12 over pi, sorry. And I'll replace sine inverse of 1/4 with this formula. Okay, so it'll be pi minus 0.253 plus 2 pi n. Okay. I'll do these separately one by one just so I can make sure I've got everything correct. 10 plus 12 divided by pi times that number, which is that. So it'll be 0.965 plus, and then the pi's cancel, and 12 times 2 is 24. And add these together. 10.965 plus 24n. Let's see. Let's do a quick check. Make sure we're heading in the right direction. We need it to equal to 6. And, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something went wrong. Pause. I figured it out. I made a copying error at the beginning. You see that plus 10 and minus 10? So can we just change it all? Ready? So we're going to have a plus, change it to positive, 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 positive. That's a positive, which changes this to a negative 10. So there'll be a negative here. Let's fix that. Sorry about that. It's like that didn't make sense. You guys get to watch me make mistakes. So that becomes a negative 10, which means there's a negative here. And there's a negative here. Which means this is a negative 10. Okay, so let's try again. You guys ready? I made it back to this point, so negative 10 plus here is negative 9.034. Okay, well, we have a slight problem because a negative value doesn't show up, so I'm going to have to add 24 to that. There we go. That's a much better number. So one of our x values is 14.965. That matches 14.965 will be right here. Yay. Comma 6. Let's keep going here now. Okay, so I need to get 0.253, so that's sine inverse of 1 divided by 4. Okay, I'm ready. So I need to multiply, no, I need to subtract. So the first thing I need to do is right here. Pi minus that number. So let's see, negative 10 plus 12 over pi. I don't know why I keep writing pi over 12. And then I will have 2.889 plus 2 pi n. Okay, I'm going to distribute now. So I have to take that number times 12 divided by pi. So plus 11.035, because that 8 rounds it up, plus pi's cancel, 12 times 2 is 24n. Okay, then I'm going to add negative 10. x2 equals 1.035 plus 24n. Okay, so 1.035 should be one of my x values. Let's check that it works. You guys ready? 1.035. There we go. And then to get this one, we have to add 24, because that's my period. This gives me 25, pretty much almost exactly. Because the 0.035 doesn't even matter, so, or it doesn't show on the graph. 25.035. 035, comma 6. Okay, matches. Lots of places to make mistakes, just like I did. Keep practicing, make sure that you make no mistakes. Okay? I'll just show the 3 answers at the bottom for the next 2 so that you guys can do your U try. Okay, take a moment, pause the video, and check to see if these are your answers. Maybe write them down and see if you can get the same one, and then I'll put the next answers up shortly. Okay, for this one I happen to give you exact critical points, so everything should have come out really nicely here. Okay? Please, please, please make sure you practice your U try 1 and 2. That is what I'm going to be checking for classwork when I return.